Over the next 3 weeks, our 6 contestants will be going head to head, and it all starts here at the Yellow House. It's time to step up their game. And 2 of our contestants are just seconds away from finding out who their rival is tonight. Welcome to Rock Chef.
Dread cooking against most, I guess Esteban, because he's a wild card, as we're calling him, and we really don't know what to expect from him. Being the rest of the people being Gibraltarians, you sort of more or less know what they're going to cook, but since he comes from a different culture and different ingredients, you just don't know where he's going to come at you.
Don't even want to start thinking of who I'm going to be up against in the next round. There's a lot of good contenders here today. I think that Ainsley and Nigel and Benjamin are quite strong competitors here from what I've seen. So although it will be a challenge and nice to work with them, with either of them, obviously for my advantage it would be better to work with some of the weaker contestants.
Nigel and Zoe are the first 2 contestants to go head to head.
Okay guys, time to go inside.
At the Yellow House, tonight they go professional as they create menus for 40 guests. Only one will survive.
Good evening, guys. How are we feeling? Ready to go? Zoe, you ready to go tonight?
Yes, ready.
Nigel, ready to go as well, mate? Yeah? We've got a full house tonight, guys. So the pressure's going to be on. It's really time to step up your game now. Here's your whites. Zoe, they're yours.
Thank you very much.
Nigel. Let's go, guys. Let's do this.
Yellow House is situated just off Gibraltar's Main Street and opened its doors in June 2011. They specialise in grilled meats, cooked in a special charcoal oven called a hosper.
You're both looking very professional now, but the looks will not win you this competition. What we're after is an outstanding performance in the kitchen. This is Paco, he's the head chef at Yellow House.
Introductions over, it's time to get into the kitchen.
Okay, guys, let's crack on.
Oh my God, that kitchen is tiny. No idea how both of us are going to be able to cook everything in there. It's going to be a challenge, but I'm pretty sure at this point in the game, it is a competition, but at the end of the day, people have to be fed. So I think it'll just be a question of communication between both of us and just hope we don't interfere with each other's work.
Garlic. Bake.
My initial impression was the kitchen was quite small, quite contained, and obviously even at home I'm used to working in a bigger kitchen, so I was starting to wonder, you know, how we were all going to work in there, because obviously you've got the other contestant, you've got the cameras, there's a lot of people in there. So I was a bit nervous of how that was going to turn out. It's all very well, you know, when you're just preparing or so, but when the pressure is on, then, you know, that's when all hell breaks loose.
Have you seen a bin around here?
I think it's that.
Yeah. It looks a bit of a bin.
That's what I'm using.
When you're finished with me, let me know so I can
I'm done.
crack on in there.
I actually started cooking pretty late in my life, well after I was married. I only started really getting into the whole, you know, cuisine and the gastro and all the, you know, the chefy stuff quite later on, when probably my late 20s. I found that through the television and through the internet, I could actually teach myself a lot of stuff. It actually taught me how to cook and all the basic skills. And that's where I got a little bit of background. Even though, you know, my mother, my grandmother influenced to a certain extent the way that food was, you know, was seen at home, that's like a family thing. The way that I cook today is totally different to how my grandmother used to cook, and even how my mother cooks. And for me, it's a way of venting my artistic flair, because I've always liked to paint and draw, and I was very arty in school, so that's how really it's all evolved. It's all been a very long process over the last 10 years. I'm going to try and take advantage of the monster. It's a good monster.
It's just always something that's always been there since my earliest childhood memories, seeing my grandmother cook, any family member cook. I always sort of was in between them and the stove, or watching them cook, or watching them cut vegetables or prepare anything. It was just something that was always an interest to me. And yeah, obviously when I came of age and I was allowed to cook and cut vegetables and stuff, then yeah, I started experimenting, and it's just a passion that grew since a very young age. And thanks to TV programs and stuff like that, you just sort of develop a knowledge, and you want to sort of put what you learn, what you see into, and cook for people and your family, and it's just amazing. And obviously I know I must cook to a good level, because people always compliment my food, and that's what I really hope to show the guys today, or the people who I'm going to cook for today. Just hope the nerves don't really get the better of me.
Where's the other Tupperware? Sí. Flour. ¿Tú abriste flour o hay uno abierto?
Hay uno entero ahí encima, mira. Down.
Both Nigel and Zoe have been asked to create their own menu for Yellow House, a starter and a main course. All produce must be sourced in Gibraltar. Time to use their imagination and be creative whilst keeping it achievable. And above all, a menu that will impress the clients and secure them a place in the semi-final.
Most worried. Timing. Timing, I think, is what I'm most worried. I want to get the food out on time and to my expectations, so it really all depends on that.
How do you rate
I'm very, yeah. To be honest, I haven't even turned back at the moment, but I know that he's a very strong contender. I know he's very good at what he does. So yeah, I think I'm in for a bit of competition. I think Nigel's a good competitor. At the moment we're both working very well, so don't see any problems.
But yeah, I am confident. As long as people leave here enjoying, thinking that they spend a good £20, I'm happy. That's what I'm worried about, that the people get what they paid for.
Zoe sees you as a strong contender. Do you see Zoe as a strong contender too?
Yeah, well, anybody, any of the 11, not counting myself, who I would have been cooking against today, I would consider them a strong contender. Even the ones who didn't make it to the final 6 are good at cooking. Obviously, that's why they were there, so yeah.
Nigel is making starter, the ultimate prawns pil-pil, mains, bacalao a la basca. Zoe is making starter, Moroccan phyllo basket filled with ras el hanout, spiced roast vegetables served with medjool date and red onion jam. Main course, braised Iberian pork tenderloin with muscatel raisins, walnuts and a Pedro Jimenez reduction, served with papas a lo pobre.
Which one's mine? Tender, that's gonna...
Okay, happy with that?
Yes.
No, just... ¿Cuchillo bueno quieres?
No, ahora tengo un truco, cuando
Okay.
se enfríe un poco. Hola. Bien. Woo. Spicy. Pit of fire.
They've been preparing all afternoon, and as restaurant opening time gets closer, the kitchen gets busier.
Chips, prawns, viene conmigo. Prawns vienen aquí.
Try not to get too stressed as well. Obviously, you're going to get stressed a little bit, but don't let it overcome you, you know what I mean?
Yellow House is providing an elegant setting. Nigel and Zoe's menus not only have to look good on paper, they need to match the restaurant's reputation.
Well, the restaurant is now set and the diners are scheduled to arrive shortly. But in the kitchen, the contestants are not ready.
Start thinking about your plates when you're going to plate each dish on everything else.
Yeah.
Well, can you get a second?
This is my serving plate, habrá bastante, ¿no?
In an ever-changing world, new challenges frequently arise in our personal lives and in the corporate and commercial world. Whether it's advice, structures, planning or strategies that need resolution, Hassan's has the expertise to meet clients' exacting requirements. Our diversity means we are adaptable and flexible. We are innovative, cosmopolitan, multilingual and above all, client-focused. Whatever or wherever the challenge, we can provide the solutions.
Abrines, bringing quality brands at affordable prices to your kitchen for over 80 years. Abrines, a member of the Saucony and Speed group of companies.
It grows back! You've got to see this.
For a longer-lasting pleasure, Magnum Infinity. Made with special cocoa. An intense chocolate pleasure that stays with you longer, but not forever. Magnum Infinity.
Boom, 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 boom. Gonna shoot you right down.
Sessions every Wednesday at 9 o'clock on GBC. Live music and chats with local musicians.
Boom, 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 boom.
Tonight, in the first of 3 cooking battles at local restaurants, Nigel and Zoe will need to serve a full house. As the diners start to arrive, the expectations are high.
Okay, Zoe, Nigel, just have your attention 2 seconds.
Chef.
We ready to go, yeah?
Yes, Chef.
Yeah.
Fired up?
Chef, yeah.
No problems
go.
tonight? Everybody's going to be happy?
Yes.
Fantastic, all right. Everybody sat down. Order's probably about 2 minutes away, so everything cleared down?
Everything's ready to
Clean,
go.
organised?
Yep.
Yep? Okay, where we go?
Tables are offered both menus. No one knows which one belongs to whom. They are only identified as Menu 1 and Menu 2. With all going well in the dining room, in the kitchen, an oversight that could cost Nigel
So I'll leave it here,
dearly.
you take what you need. Yeah?
Chef.
Scott realizes there's no bread for the gambas pilpil.
Well, the drinks have been served and the conversations are in full flow, but it's time to test whether the hard work put in by our contestants is now going to pay off.
Nigel, listen up. Order in. 1 pill, 1 phyllo.
Yes, chef.
Yes?
Yes, chef.
Zoe, yes?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yes, chef.
Nigel?
Yes, chef.
Thank you.
I know, chef.
Bang. Let's go, let's go.
The bread. Yeah?
Well, I keep this warm until you let me know, right?
You happy with that?
Just not really, chef. At
How
all,
long?
chef.
How long? Come on. How long?
No.
I don't know how long. Come on, answer.
With the bread proving a nightmare for Nigel, Zoe is cracking on and her first order is ready.
You happy with this?
Mine is
Ready to go?
Yep.
You want to send it with all that honey on it, yeah? It's okay? Not too sweet? You happy? I'll send it if you're happy.
Order, chef.
You taste it? Season
Yes.
well? Nigel.
Yes, chef.
Burnt bread. Come on, mate. I want it hot, not cold.
Yes, chef.
Do you want me to do another one?
Absolutely, yeah.
For them?
Scott, I know you're busy, but you seem to be cracking the whip a little bit.
First table, table of 2, burnt bread. This can't be sitting down. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
No food has yet come out. Are they going to rise to the challenge? It's become real, hasn't it?
Well, there's 34 to go yet. First table. Stuff up the first table is not good.
Finally, the first order is out with new bread. But as the first table waited, the others have decided.
Listen, guys, new order. 4 pill, 4 phyllo. Now listen, guys, new order.
Yes, chef.
4 pill, 4
Yes.
phyllo.
Yes, chef.
Vale? Followed by
Yes,
4 cod, 4 pork.
Zoe, ¿cómo vamos?
2 minutos.
Nige,
Chef.
under plates.
Thanks, chef.
Okay, darling. And that cold cheese, yeah?
Put it on a bit more.
Mega.
There's still an empty table in the restaurant. It's for our secret diner who's arriving fashionably late.
Vicky, good to see you again. How are you?
Great, thank you.
Okay,
What's
well,
going
welcome
on?
to Yellow House. You can see the people having dinner already. It's Zoe and Nigel inside tonight, and they don't know you're coming.
Ooh, you'd love to put me in it.
Let's go inside.
Guys, try and work clean, yeah? Nigel, 5 cod, yes?
Chef.
Not 5 cod?
5 cod. Work on it, chef. I've got one on the go for the first
I don't want
one.
it yet, I don't want it yet. Just know in your head you got it coming up, yeah?
Yeah, I've got one ready for you.
The orders have come in fast and furious. Both contestants are getting a feel for what working in a real restaurant environment means.
No.
Please, pork coming up.
Where's she going?
Pork, Zoe, venga, vamos.
Pork, Zoe.
Coming, chef.
Lovely. I must admit I'm very impressed. Very, very nice.
And as even more orders come in, could Zoe be looking at a delay as she burns her pastry in the monster oven?
Solo mezcla, yeah?
What are you going to order?
One of each.
Los dos menús, ¿vale?
Los dos menús.
De acuerdo. Thank you.
Little bit too, chef. Careful.
Zoe, Zoe.
One of those plates for me.
That is hot.
Clean, happy?
Yes, chef.
Yes.
Thank you, chef.
Zoe, can I start, please, darling? Come on. Yes?
as the orders leave the kitchen, more than just plates are flying out.
Come on, darling.
Just a bit sticky.
This was down on the menu as ultimate Pilpil. I don't really know why the ultimate, but that's lovely.
Completo? Vale, masa cuatro, ¿vale? Are you happy with how it's cooked? Yeah? You happy with that?
That's a bit
Oh, it's not a bit pink, and half raw. Just wash the floor, it's slippery, yeah?
Halfway during service, James calls Scott outside for an update. He wants to know what to tell the clients who are still waiting.
Don't know if I want to come back in.
Scott, what do you think so far?
Nightmare. Terrible. No communication. Food's coming up, I'm getting one of this and three of that and one of this and different sizes and...
We've had a number of people complaining. Some people don't seem to be very happy.
Okay.
Is it a question of consistency?
I think definitely with the mains, I mean, it's basically one's coming up and 5 minutes later and I'm getting the next two, and I mean, flavour not too bad. I mean, if they're happy to serve their dish the way it is, I can check it. But if they're happy for me to send it out, it goes. You know, like 3 or 4 tables at once, which happens. There's nothing you can do. We can't tell people what time to come and sit down. We can try, but it never happens. So I think that's when basically hit the fan, to be honest with you.
Okay, there's still a few tables to go. How do they save it from here?
I've just got to get things cooked and get it out there, basically. I've told them what to do. I've told them how many of each I need. Listen, I'm sorry, James, I've got to go back and this is a disaster, okay?
Okay. So Scott trying to save the night as much as possible. The pressure really is on for Zoe and Nigel tonight.
¿El otro plato? ¿El otro plato?
Ahora viene.
That's it now for cod, yeah? That'll
Oh,
do.
add one more, you said
yeah,
four.
just wait. How long, Zoe? Together, yeah? How long?
Less than 1 minute.
Sí, less than dos. Vale?
Sinceramente, ¿cómo ha visto la calidad y el calibre de los concursantes?
De los concursantes, hombre, como calidad, les queda mucho, pero son amateurs, ¿no? Han cogido platos que son para gente que sabe, porque el bacalao es muy sencillo, pero el bacalao te pasa de sacarlo bueno y bonito a feo y malo, porque el bacalao una vez que se pasa de cocción, eso no tiene arreglo.
Got to give me the pork, sweetheart.
There you go.
Quick. 5 pork, 4 cod.
5.
Yeah?
Yes, chef.
Clean plates, Nigel, yes?
Chef.
How long? How long? Come on. So you put it hot or not? How long? Come on, they're waiting. How long?
Ready to go.
Sorry.
Well, that's good. Where's the next two?
Okay, guys, I know you're eating, but one of you's gone for the meat, the other for the fish. Who's been the clever one here?
Me.
I think for the start, to be honest.
My prawns Pilpil were very, very nice. They were very nice. They're probably one of the best I've tried in gym so far.
And your main?
My main, I have to admit, I am not a very big fan of fish, generally. But the fact that I'm eating it and that I'm enjoying it has to say a lot.
I'm disappointed. The starter, the gambas Pilpil, was prawns were overcooked. There's a burnt garlic taste through it, and this so over-seasoned that I can't eat it.
You've left it behind?
The first, very much a sweet and savoury thing going on in both the dishes. The first dish, with the honey and the cinnamon, fantastic. And, well, there were courgettes on this plate a minute ago, which I don't normally eat on Outland, so.
Vicky, how are you getting on?
All right, yeah, not bad at all. I mean, considering the pressure that they're under.
You were having the meat, where's your fish?
My fish hasn't turned up, I'm afraid, and there's been about 45 minutes between courses.
Nigel.
Yes, chef.
Is that meant to have that much oil in it?
Beg your pardon?
Is that meant to have half a kilo of olive oil in it?
Ooh, nasty, chef.
Don't do that to me again. I only need one. Just give me one nice cod, please. Yeah?
The chef. Chef, one bowl, please.
Nigel, how long?
1 minute.
Yeah?
For one cod.
You're not going to give me that oily before
No, chef, it's a brand new batch.
Yeah. Don't let me down, please.
You can see the meat's really quite burnt on the outside, and you can actually taste that.
Here's your fish, it's just arrived.
Well, first of all, I think this is really pretty. In terms of flavour, that's a little bit salty. The clams has got, and the prawns has got really good flavour, and the crispy potatoes could do with being crispy, really.
Nigel and Zoe are exhausted, but they have to keep their energy up as Scott ensures all plates are delivered as promised.
Okay, guys, that's it. Everything's done.
Thank you,
done.
Chef.
You've made it through. You survived, yeah?
Yes, chef.
Barely, chef. Barely.
What do you think? How do you feel?
Great respect for yourself, Paco. We do this every day, honestly.
Not as easy as it looks, is it?
No, never.
It's very hard work, chef.
Yeah.
Join us here, guys, yeah?
Thank
Come
you.
across.
It's a nightmare. It is a nightmare.
It's been hard work. I'm not going to say it was easy because it was not easy. Very demanding. But at the end, I've enjoyed it. At the moment,
Yeah.
I'm on a high. So I really have the passion for it.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed it.
In the middle I was flying. Beginning was very slow, but the mains at the end was very slow with the mains. But in the middle, at some point,
Slow, you said.
well, it was non-existent. Yeah, sorry, Scott. But in the middle, there was a moment, like Zoe said, that it was just I could feel myself just sliding in, sliding out, sliding in, sliding out, and that was, again, amazing high. Adrenaline was flowing, but now I feel like collapsing.
If we look at some of the comments from the diners tonight, let me start with you. Somebody said about your prawns that they were swimming in oil, and about your main course that it was too salty.
Fair enough. I would like to apologize to all the diners who didn't enjoy my food. When I said at the beginning, my aim today was that people left happy. Some of them obviously haven't. It was down to me, so I'd like to apologize.
Zoe, one of the negative comments about your food was that there were perhaps too many flavors in your starter, and there was one comment about the meat being burnt.
Fair enough. Some of them, we were working with a very hot charcoal oven, which was totally new to me, so I think I've done pretty well considering the heat of the 600-degree oven. I was happy with what I produced today. I think if I had more time to prepare, perhaps the presentation would have been a little bit better.
One thing with performance, the mains were totally not up to scratch on my part. Not sure how many went out that I would serve at home, but yeah, that's it. 20 seconds, mains.
You're obviously in the restaurant. What do you think? How'd it go?
I think it was a close call. So I think they both did really well under really difficult circumstances.
Yeah.
I mean, that coal oven would have thrown me out. And the chips were not crispy, so they didn't really do their job.
I think as well, from what I could see out of the corner of my eye, I think a lot of them, I mean, hardly any of them were finished, completely finished. I think that speaks volumes as well, you know.
And I waited a long time. I waited 45 minutes between courses, which is obviously to be expected to a point, but the fish took a lot longer to come to the table. Did you send that back a few times?
A couple of times, yeah. I mean, the problem was there was the timing. There was no communication between the two of them. Zoe's pork was cooked, the fish was nowhere to be seen, pretty much all night long.
So menu 1 found it hard to keep up with menu 2, basically?
Completely, and I think it's a fault of both of them at the end of the day. There's no communication, obviously. As you know, that's a massive part of the kitchen, obviously, especially during service.
But I thought menu 2 did the best with the ingredients on the table.
Completely agree.
With the pork. It wasn't easy to use that oven.
No,
it was quite succulent. And I noticed that although my pork was a little bit drier, because it had obviously been hanging around for a little bit longer, I noticed the first few plates I saw come off that hot plate, the pork was really quite succulent.
Yeah.
And
I mean, at the end of the day, taste-wise, what do you think? An overall experience, taste, everything else?
Overall experience, I think it's a no-brainer. It's definitely this menu.
I agree.
With Vicky and Scott in agreement, it's time for James to reveal the results.
Zoe, Nigel, the judges have made their decision. Nigel, your menu was described as innovative, but the execution was questioned by the judges. You took a long time to get your food out, but what did make it out on time looked good. The question now is, were you prepared enough tonight? Zoe, the judges say you did the best with the ingredients you had. You responded to criticism and reacted accordingly. But the pressure got to you very soon, and there's concern you'll be able to cope with large numbers. Scott and Vicky have decided that the person securing the first place in the semi-final, and therefore going through tonight, is Zoe.
I'm quite disappointed now that I haven't got through. I would have loved to carry on living the experience of Rock Chef and cook in the semi-final and cook in the final, but on the night, Zoe, I think, is a deserving winner, and I just hope now that she goes on and wins. But at least I can say that I was beaten by the best.
After a night of tension, it was Zoe who made it through to the semi-final. The journey ended here for Nigel tonight. Who will fall next week? All will be revealed on Rock Chef. Good night.
Zoe has secured the first of 3 places in the semi-final. Next week, another 2 battle it out. Find out who goes head-to-head on Rock Chef next week.